Taking place in the near-distant future where society began to disassociate with reality, Nathan makes a living working on modded hardware and pirated software. In a world where everything is now connected to a single integrated neural network, Nathan is the black sheep with a custom headset with the ability to turn augmented reality on and off. Being the outlier citizen that chooses to switch between living in the augmented reality and the dystopian one, Nathan wakes up one morning with his AVR headset accidentally destroyed. That same morning, his girlfriend Jay seemingly goes missing with nothing but a cryptic lipstick mirror message in her trace. Having been disconnected from the network, Nathan embarks on a journey to fix his modded headset and track down what happened to his girlfriend. Executed as a point-and-click adventure in a cyberpunk setting, VirtuaVerse crafts together a narrative filled with mystery, drama, and social commentary on humanity slowly losing the things that make things human. Throughout this world are personalities that paint a diverse and vibrant world through its characters and story arcs. While its introduction was weaker than its later half, I found the payoff of the challenging puzzles to be worth the hours of head-scratching. There's no doubt that patience will be needed to embark and enjoy the story for what it is. However, like most point-and-click adventures, with perseverance, a gem of a story lies underneath. As with most point-and-click adventures, the gameplay dynamic here is dictated by analyzation and inference. Despite being an interactive story, at its heart, VirtuaVerse is a puzzle game. Gameplay has you scavenging around environments looking for clues or objects to interact with, all while figuring out the sequence of events. Perhaps you'll need to get a bouncer to leave a store entrance. Well, it's not as easy as just talking him out of the way, but figuring out what they want and how to provide them with what they want with the limited resources available to you. It's a gameplay loop that requires talking to every NPC, interacting with every element available, and inferring the importance of clues. Clues can come in the shape of NPC dialogue or objects that you can pick up. These items are kept in a bag, and at just about any point in time, you can open the bag to try to use a pocketed item with the environment. For example, using a screwdriver to take something apart, or giving a gift to someone in exchange for something else. A lot of these moments are carried forward through strong narrative and interesting personalities. However, you'll also spend countless times rereading the same dialogue prompts over and over again as you get lost in the puzzles. This is by no means an easy game. It might be simple in gameplay, but it's no walk in the park. You'll spend a handful of time just wandering trying to connect the dialogue prompts hinting at what you're supposed to do next. It was a challenging gameplay loop that had me scratching my head multiple times, often had me questioning if I had accidentally done something wrong and used the wrong item at the wrong event. Every one of these moments came with the satisfying aha moment when it finally clicked in my head what I was supposed to do. For those that welcome the challenge and satisfaction of overcoming them, it's truly rewarding, but I don't blame anyone that gets frustrated at these. While it may be easy to fall for the cyberpunk setting, its gameplay surely isn't for everybody. Even if the gameplay seems as simple as a point-and-click adventure, VirtuaVerse's visuals are anything but. For most of the gameplay, things are shown in a 2D point of view. Graphics are represented with a 32-bit retro art style that makes this cyberpunk setting look stunning. While things are shown from a 2D perspective, the point-and-click navigation helps add a bit more 3D depth to the visuals. I enjoyed the use of cinematic camera angles during the heavier action sequences. For example, the scene of Nathan getting on his bike and traveling to new areas is a great change of pace to the traditional gameplay. Even during the more static moments of gameplay, the scenery itself is beautifully animated. The rainfall across the cyberpunk city skyline is lovely. The subtle background elements like the advertisements moving along to my own movement across the screen felt like the icing on the cake. Despite its simplistic nature, both in terms of gameplay and visuals, VirtuaVerse's presentation makes this world feel lived in and alive. Being a modern-day point-and-click adventure, it would have been great to hear some spoken dialogue throughout the narrative. Understandably, being an indie game, and with the nature of this genre being heavy on reading, it may have been too costly for this project. With that said, the absence of spoken dialogue is noticeable, especially in the pivotal moments of the story. That criticism aside, I do commend the VirtuaVerse's music and audio design. Across its roughly 8-hour campaign, VirtuaVerse nailed its environmental design, partially thanks to its killer soundtrack. The bass-heavy synthwave tracks juxtaposed with the sounds of the futuristic city was soothing. Exploring the cyberpunk nightlife, I loved hearing the simplistic yet vital audio cues like the rain landing on the back alley as I walked down the ominous corridors colored in purple hue, all while the soundtrack tickled my eardrums in the background. There's no shortage of cyberpunk-themed games in modern gaming, with titles like Cyberpunk 2077, The Last Night, and Ghost Runner all coming out pretty soon. However, VirtuaVerse brings the setting to a new genre that rarely has been tackled as of lately. I think it paints the environment in a unique light. While the genre isn't for everyone that isn't a fan of strategic puzzle solving or having patience, for those seeking out a well-written classic adventure game, here's an indie game worth looking into.